Welcome, Rejects, to our first main episode of year 2 for the Full Send Rejects. We're your swirly hosts. Do not laugh at me. I have a stutter. We went over this. I am Kodak.
I am Rose, the other Kodak.
I'm Billy. Yeah, I'm Billy.
We're also joined today with a special guest who will help me explore the mystery behind Skinwalker Ranch. Oh, I am stuttering bad. Our resident UFO expert, James Cooney.
Hi, guys. I feel very blessed to be here.
We're glad you're on. Like I said, we will be doing Skinwalker Ranch. We'll also be covering a doctor behind lobotomies and the Dolly effect. But first, as always, banter time. Yeah, we're getting this episode with the end of the NFL season.
Or the Taylor Swift and Jason.
Taylor Swift won a Super Bowl. Good for her. Congratulations.
Kelce and Nacho Libre Kelsey.
Weird animals.
Did you guys see his singing? He was singing at the...
Yeah.
Pretty good, I thought. I thought it was pretty good, to be honest.
He's on a Luchador Max. I'm terrible today talking.
Oh, can you talk?
Mask.
Are you having a stroke?
I might be. This episode might be ended early due to a medical
toast.
Tost. Tossed.
No,
yeah.
Do you smell toast?
No, but
There's
I also...
been a glitch in the matrix.
No, we're good. If I drop, carry on with the show.
All right. It's gonna be a weird one. You leave me.
I'll unplug him and plug him back in.
The future is not old, man.
Just put the mic next to his mouth so we can hear the breathing. Be like...
Yeah.
I think that would add some quality.
What say be you?
Good job, Kodak.
Shrunk mid-episode.
Part once if you agree.
Oh. Yeah, end of the NFL season. Probably one of the better Super Bowls we've had in a while.
Halftime
Are
show.
you kidding me?
That was an amazing ending. It was crazy.
Yeah, the ending was great. The fucking
First half.
45 minutes beforehand sucked.
It was a long game. It was very back and forth.
Yeah. But I was like some good defense.
I saw a stat that it was the
Respect the punters, all right?
7th longest Super Bowl of all time. It was.
Look, he is coming here with facts.
Look at him.
Well,
Yeah.
fucking blame Usher.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of time at work. Listen to some shit.
Great.
What do you think about the halftime show, Usher? Don't all go at once.
Well, for me, it was... I'm one of the older people here, so I enjoyed it.
I thought it was amazing.
Well, because you were sipping on
Hennessy.
Rocking the black and yellow. You were having the time of your life.
I was having a great time, yeah. Luda.
I never liked Usher, but it was entertaining for what it was.
My only complaint is that I didn't like the way they skipped around on songs, because just when you are like getting into a song,
Yeah, like I started vibing the end. It's like, oh, let's go.
yeah, and then there's like they like cut to the next song.
That's what most halftime shows are.
Well, they have like they play more than just a tidbit.
Yeah.
Like they go to one song and they mash into another. This was just you weren't sure where to sing and when to start. Like
I had Lil Jon in the Super Bowl.
Bring
And
Dre
I bet
back.
that Alicia Keys would show up, and that happened. So
Yep. Jermaine Dupri just looked like CeeLo Green.
did you guys see the pole dancer fall?
No.
I think I did.
Skater that fell.
Yeah.
There was a girl that...
I'm talking about the girl on the pole, though.
Yeah, but there was
She was
also...
dancing when Ludacris was out, and all I see is her just drop.
There was also another girl that was on the skates, and she fell off the stage.
Terrible choreography.
It was a last minute hire, and she had to learn learn how to the whole dance and all the choreography 6 hours before the actual halftime, and she didn't know her.
She just got demoted.
Oh yeah, she was on TikTok. She had a black eye, and her hand was all fucked up.
She should have just fucking fully accepted and just rolled right through everything.
She's like, well, they paid, the compensation was really good though.
She
They get-
probably got more
The halftime
for
performance.
that.
Do you think someone's going to do that shit for free?
They pay for it. Like Usher paid to do this.
Yeah, so he's going to pay the
Yeah.
performer.
Yeah.
What are you going to say?
Definitely.
Hey,
Without a doubt.
I mean, if I was offered free Usher herpes, I might take it.
ew.
I named
Yeah,
it.
look at
I'll
these
create-
guys. Look
Why
I'll call
not?
the first thing.
you know that, girl.
You end up burning after a while.
Yeah, that might not be good. Never mind. I'll
Yeah.
take the chlamydia. I got the clap and I'm giving it to you.
I got a halftime clap.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
Now I'm
oh.
gonna watch Get into the Creek, Dick.
And then apparently Travis Kelce drank nothing but tequila for about 4 days afterwards.
He was seeping tequila. That's my man,
Oh,
right?
boy.
I love somebody who can handle their tequila or pretend that they can handle their tequila.
No. Good game, good halftime show. Parade could have been better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Commercials sucked.
Commercials did suck. The movie
Hey.
He
previews.
missed one of the trailers online.
Hey, I learned Jesus is a foot guy, okay?
Yeah.
He has
That's
a
what
fetish.
You
that's
didn't
what
know
we
that?
learned, that Jesus was a creep.
He watched the feet.
Only, yeah, the fucking temple. They did like a little stone craving.
Listen,
Just
make of the jokes you want, but I think they nailed that commercial.
haha.
Christian, no, fuck that. We're not sorry. No, you deserve it.
Well, you're just helping the poor and the blind,
Thou shalt turn water into wine and toes into fetishes
Hallelujah.
with thy name. Amen.
There's just one thing I never understood about that religion. They're very not okay with the homosexuals, but Jesus got nailed by Roman men and came out 3 days later.
And this is how we get canceled.
What? It is in their scripture. Moving on.
You don't know James's religion. Come on.
I was gonna say, and this is when James logs off.
He's like, guys,
Did we offend you yet?
No.
give it time. Give
All
it time.
right.
You don't. You
Hey,
also don't have to
what are you gonna
suppress
do?
your laughter. You're amongst friends.
He's like, gosh, I don't get canceled now. Let these bastards get canceled.
People start stoning him in the streets of the Skook.
Hey,
They're already out outside of my house.
Rioting.
but we do
I
have
actually did face some backlash for something similar to that. I made a sticker, and it said like a sticker magnet design, and it said Jesus had a 12-incher, and it had like an inspirational like picture of a cross with like, yeah. So some people were like pretty upset about that, and I was like, well, you know what I mean? I'm not saying he has like a half-incher. Like, I'm saying he has a 12-incher. He's probably like stoked about it.
He was
I mean,
probably always in one.
he
He probably
he's-
made me specifically to create that sticker, and spread it.
That's awesome.
He
Yeah,
made me in his image, so
Exactly.
I mean,
He
just
made
God,
me.
act like a 2-inch pecker.
Yeah.
And too much weird.
Oh my god. Okay, so before we do have a riot, we do have some updates. First is our merch update. Currently working on our store. We're going to have some different shirts and stuff like that. We're gonna have last week's main topic list, make some homemade things, and that about
I have
covers
a
it.
tapestry in my fucking living room. Someone please buy it.
Ooh, how big is it?
Uh, I'll send you the dimensions. I don't fucking know at the moment.
You should actually hang it on the ceiling above your bed. Keep it there.
Yeah, we have stickers.
Yeah, we have stickers.
We're working on shirts.
shirts. Maybe I'll wait till next year for like sweatshirts and whatnot. There's a bunch of different options too, like phone cases.
Next year, make
or
them
bo-
now.
We were looking at
You want a sweatshirt?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll make a
We're
sweatshirt.
coming in this. We're
Or I
coming
mean, summer's coming up. I guess springtime's sweatshirt too. Yeah.
All right, I'll get some. I'll get some. I'm working on different ideas.
bottle
One of them,
openers.
yeah, bottle openers. I'm working with different designs,
pants.
and one I'll talk, and then in a little bit what design I'm working on. Um, but what's going to be nice is the place we're using to make our stuff outside of the stickers. They make them as ordered, so we save money, which means whoever buys them is also saving money.
Cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
I wanna make a shotgun tool that says the full send chug.
I like it.
very good idea.
Well, I'm playing with an idea because I'll just go to
Bad
the
idea.
So another update is Billy wanting to shoot a cannon is being worked on.
Oh yeah.
A special guest that may or may not be on this episode knows some
Oh yeah.
people who reenact
Oh,
Civil War.
shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know I told you I'm working on a lead, but I didn't tell you it was this guy here who was working on that lead for you. I figured that would be a nice
Sure.
surprise.
So you didn't tell him yet?
Well, I told him I have the lead, but I didn't tell him it was you because I knew you were coming on.
Oh.
And I knew we'd have a
Okay.
nice
Yeah,
promo.
you distracted me because,
Cool.
well,
All
Yeah.
right.
So he's
Civil War gear.
the Civil War guy. He was supposed to be my roommate in college, but we ended up becoming really good friends, and now he does Civil War reenactments.
yo, can
I don't even know what side, but he said the cannons for sure, for sure.
Yes.
yeah, no. Before I commend this dude, I didn't even know the size. But
I'll
can we
just
do a full
consider it.
I think you might have choice, dude. You might have choice. Whether or not it's going to be like a live round is a different story. He said the live is possible for sure, but probably
See,
harder to accommodate.
blowing a hole in something is gonna be so much fun. Like
Well, I
I
had
mean,
a few more ideas with it because I was about to merge.
Explosive round.
One of the lines of shirts I'm going to bring out or create is something for the cannon. Where it's like a picture of like whatever cannon we have, and then full sanded or full fire, whatever, wherever the right term. Hashtag tally ho. Want to get some powdered wigs. I'm fully committed to this.
I just
I
want to.
think the powdered wigs are perfect.
Thank you. I
yeah,
was actually. Billy, didn't you say you wanted to acquire something for this?
yeah, no, we're not putting that in the air.
Oh, okay, okay. I just wanted to give you your time to fully live your ideas. I can go back if I message if you like.
no, we don't.
All right. Well, Rose said she will dress up as a Confederate and say the South will rise again. So we have that.
As a Southerner, I have that much respect for the South.
All right. Oh, if it's a blank shot, can Rose be in the way?
Oh no.
You goddamn Confederate bastard.
There's something still being fired out of that cannon. So
Can we not kill me?
I don't know how blank works.
I mean, if you want to disable me for a couple of days so I can get
that's a fucking cannonball coming towards you. You're not being disabled for 3 days. You'll be crippled for about 12
Not
years.
if it's a practice shot.
12 years at disabled.
well, as you did say, I got a nice big old booty. I'll just turn around and bounce that shit right back.
Well, science.
Deflection.
Just get that flubber from Robin Williams and rub it on there and just watch that shit bounce.
Oh yeah, yeah. Either way, I think it'll be very nice of us as we do this to make a little bit donation to their reenactment club troop. I don't know what the right terminology is here.
I think they're battalions or
Italian.
I
All
don't
right.
even know the groups, but they are in groups. Like they meet up regularly and have different battalions based on like actual uh battalions that existed. Or I'm probably not using the right
Alright.
terminology right now, but
That's
like
right. All right term.
yeah, say there was a group out of Gettysburg Infantry 76th. Like they would adopt that name and then have others join, and they dress like they did. Pretty cool stuff.
All right. So here's what's going on the shirt is I'm going to put the 420th Battalion.
Oh,
Man.
I'm going to have to
I
work on
like
some
it.
designs for the cannon. I'm going to see what kind of cannon we can get. And then I'll go from there.
Can I be the butt Italian? Italian?
Or battalion.
Butt Italian Italian? And you could be my
Italians didn't fight in the
you could be
Civil War.
my butt Italian stallion.
All right, we'll play this for the bedroom, okay? That's for us time.
Because your South will rise again.
Yeehaw! Oh my god.
Oh.
It's okay, Anthony. This is why you drink.
You married me.
That's a
Yep.
different podcast. Don't get us out.
But we do have a couple more things to talk before we get to the Skinwalker Ranch. First is I am now an uncle. My sister had her
Hooray.
baby. Yay.
Congrats. That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, we got the call. Well, I had to go back on Tuesday. Was it Tuesday morning? 1:00 in the morning. This asshole calls.
In the middle
Hey,
of a snowstorm.
I'm in the hospital about to have a baby. Cool. Let me know when it's morning time.
Hmm.
Yeah, you
But
Did
then,
she live local? So she was affected by the storm during the birth?
well, she lives in Gordon.
Okay, so yeah, she got hit
About halfway
hard
through.
then.
She go to-
That's a story. That's a good story. Never
and then
forget it.
Yeah, she went out to was the Danville Hospital, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Um,
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess she was having. I'm just put her shit out there for everyone to know.
Back labor.
Yeah, she was having like back labor, having pain, and it was like wait to go during the snowstorm or get there ahead of it. So she got there, and they're like, "We're about to have a baby." Called us at 1:00, and it was like 3:55. She had baby.
3:59.
I was estimating
He
downward.
was within 5 minutes.
Thank you.
If she would have held that baby for like 30 seconds, she would have had a perfect 4:00 baby.
Yeah.
We all can't be perfect, Rose.
There's always those weird times. Alina was 2:28. Cole was 3:34. It can't be rounded up.
No.
5.
So that's a good time though.
Yeah, everything turned out good. They're home, healthy.
Baby's good. So cute.
Well, that's good.
Got a chubby
Good
little
for them.
face.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
still worry
Congrats
that
to you and your family,
thank you.
your
Thank you.
sister.
Appreciate it.
It's always very exciting.
As long as
Oh,
he
yeah.
doesn't start laughing like Katie, I think the baby
Oh,
has
my.
a good chance of.
don't fucking curse the baby already.
Just part of me hopes it has the attitude of Katie,
Oh yeah,
just so he can just be all because I'll call him Karma.
Oh my god.
because that's what we got with Alina.
That's your attitudes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The only thing she got from me personality wise was Go Steelers.
No, she definitely inherited some.
Give me 3 examples.
Which personality type would you want me to pick from?
Just go ahead.
From
Just
your
go ahead.
family tree.
No, not my me. Not leave.
Your temper.
I don't have a temper.
You are such a bullshitter.
Billy, do I have a temper?
You make a teapot look like a teacher.
I plead the fifth.
Conspiracy.
Look, your vein is popping out of your forehead now.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, there's people that go from 0 to 100. Listen, there are people who go from 0 to 100, and I idle at 70. Okay, I can't help it.
Anthony's so gangster, he keeps it 100 all the time.
Okay, fine. No, you did. Number 2.
Your stomach. That's
That's
not a
not
personality.
No, that's not personality.
But she's mean when she has to go.
I'm not mean not to go. I just go.
No, sometimes when you can't go, and you go from I have to go to oh my god, I have to go.
Okay, that's not a personality trait. That's just being upset.
And yes, you do.
You turn into a different person.
Yeah, because I'm giving birth. Okay, you turn different when you were giving birth too. All right.
I gave birth twice. You give birth at least 4 times a day.
I'm not counting it.
It's like you're a chameleon or a snake and you're just shedding the negativity.
You know what? This is
in
just.
person.
Hey, how was Valentine's Day? Since you want to attack me.
Valentine's Day was fantastic.
Yeah, it was.
It was. We shared that big ass steak.
To the tune of jazz.
Oh yeah. Anthony put on jazz like a classy man.
I was a classy bitch.
It was
One
Like-
god.
Did you guys do anything for Valentine's Day?
I had flowers delivered to Liz at work, And then this morning she decided that she wanted the teddy bear from the rose teddy bear from Turkey Hill, so I could have just bought that and she would have been fine. The flowers were like $100, but the $20 teddy bear, it was fine.
That's fair.
This year, I pretty sure you both saw it, but just for our listeners, one of the things we did was exchange favorite snacks, and she got me a big bag of those sour worms, and I made her a picture of TJ Watt with my face photoshopped on.
It was a 10 out of 10. It definitely is one of my favorite snacks. However, in true Kodak style, we both also bought each other the same exact gift.
Not exactly.
They were both custom made Funkos. I made one the best version of Kodak, and Anthony
See,
made
I named mine Wine Drunk Rosie,
I just named your Kodak. I named mine Kodak.
which just proves I have one personality where I had to make one whole separate thing for you.
Okay, being called Kodak is not just a personality. It's like you having a country and there's multiple states within you. You're the country Kodak, and there's just every little element into you. Because your birthday party this year is going to explain it, because people are coming as different versions of you.
Can't wait.
Yeah. So Kodak, there's many different versions, like there's many different personalities. There's Lobster Kodak, there's Father Kodak, there's Tony's Kodak,
Yeah.
there's I have to go to the bathroom because I ate too much chili Kodak.
There's Ice Spice Superfan Kodak.
Thanks. See, he gets
There's Sunday Football Kodak.
Toby Keith Kodak.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm waiting for people to show up with an eye patch.
Yeah, there's Pirate Kodak. You know what? I did go through many phases in my life.
Yeah. With your many personalities.
I'll call evolutions, not
Evolutions.
personalities.
You
okay?
evolved.
Yeah.
You mega
I go
evolved.
through different phases, okay?
It's not a phase, Mom.
I'm gonna be a 29-year-old man trapped in a 15-year-old girl's body.
You need to be on a list.
Did I say that backwards?
Yeah, you
I'm a
just
15-year-old girl trapped in a 29-year-old guy's body.
Isn't that
There we go.
Lindsay Lohan? Yeah. 13 going on 30.
that sounds a little mush.
It's Freaky Friday.
No, it sounds like you need to be on a Floridian list. You can't be with him 100 kind of kids. I'm stuck in a 15-year-old body. Anyways. But I can't wait for that one. I hope you guys I know Billy, I know you come to all of our parties, but I hope James can make it in true Kodak fashion. You don't know a Kodak party until you've experienced yourself.
I'll have to get a good outfit together.
The kitchen's the best place to be.
Bring an IV bag, because if you get stuck in the kitchen with one Anthony Kodak, you don't survive it.
Don't go in the kitchen.
I tell people, don't get stuck in the kitchen. It's
Wrap them in there.
it is a black hole of whiskey.
Hey, I give people other drinks, tequila.
Yeah, but every 5 minutes, another person walks in the room and you pour everybody who enters the room a shot. So if you were the only two in the room and 4 more people walk in, expect to take 4 more shots.
Okay, it happens, okay?
Bring your own bottle and dilute it.
Am I really this bad?
Yes.
You almost killed someone.
Who?
Seth?
Josh almost killed the guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Seth almost died.
Fucking learn how to hang.
Dude, the poor boy puked and shit himself.
He was
At the
there an hour.
I'm sorry, people can't hang.
True story.
It's a mystery.
It's a true story. And he almost drowned in a hot tub.
That's not my fault.
You almost drowned in a hot tub?
Not me.
No.
Someone we know almost drowned in a hot tub because they drank way too much, and as soon as the hot water hit, they blacked out.
And
Oh,
then
the last newcomer.
they should come with a warning sign.
I'm new. Take it easy.
Thou
We're gonna
shalt.
start doing like Kodak warnings.
Clear the kitchen.
You just come with the siren so people know that where you're at all the time. Like, yeah,
Get a bell. Like,
yeah, like a cat collar. Ding, 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 ding. Oh shit, he's coming, guys. Fan out.
a fucking menace upon livers.
Especially if you go upstairs and change into Father Kodak and you start blessing people.
That's good.
Yeah. Tell
So
that
you
to
know where we can get a fucking priest robe in the middle of winter?
Amazon,
Church. A
HalloweenCostumes.com,
cathedral.
my closet.
That's not real.
A parish.
Oh yeah, tall ass Kodak is gonna fit me.
Get
I'll be
taller.
walking around like a train with a fucking wedding gown.
There's some stilettos. I don't know.
Walk around looking like Morticia.
Buddy.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna get into
Yeah,
this.
let's get into our first main subject here. James, I know you read a lot about this, so if you see something that's maybe your thing later, or you want to cut in, just feel free.
Alrighty.
So after he reads a
I think
paragraph,
you're gonna kill it.
So, as I mentioned in the intro, this week we'll be covering Skinwalker Ranch. It was actually James here, our guest, so it was his idea, and we're running with it. It was actually very interesting the more I read about it. Because at first I was like, it'd be kind of cool to cover Skinwalkers, because that's obviously what this ranch has to be about. Nope, it's a lot more than that. If I remember
Gotcha.
correctly,
Well, they're included.
yeah. As I started watching the show that you had me start to watch on the History Channel, the Utes and what's the other native tribe
The
that's there?
Navajos.
Navajos. Thank you. They had some disputes, which led to some atrocities, which led to a patch. It was more like a ridge that goes through the ranch, where they believe was a pathway for skinwalkers. However, this ranch also became a hotbed for UFO and other paranormal activity. The ranch itself, also known as Shaman Ranch, is a property that consists of 512 acres southeast of Ballard, Utah. Um, Initial reports, at least reports that I found of UFOs in the Uinta Basin, began in 1978. A newspaper known as Deseret News, which covers news, analysis, and opinion pieces on the state of Utah and major happenings in the country, ran a story on numerous UFO sightings in the previous weeks prior to its publishing. For example, one story involved a 13-year-old student, Dale Wood, who attended Vernal, because it's pronounced Vernal, junior high school. He reportedly saw a UFO while on a walk to his grandmother's home, describing it as a large silver object surrounded by a very intense green light that was jagged, similar to what you would see from the flames from a campfire. Yes, green fire, green campfire.
Goldilocks also saw a big bad wolf on her way to her grandmother's house.
Well, Goldilocks was an idiot. Wait, was that Goldilocks? I thought she found the three bears in the.
That was the
Yeah, Little Red Riding Hood. Don't get me distracted. You know I have ADHD.
He's like, wait.
Wood claimed that the object hovered over him and he was able to see its underside, which contained more lights, with the middle light being the brightest. Dale said that the object remained there for a couple minutes and noted that the craft was silent. Enjoy that beer. Wood was frightened and ran to his aunt's house to tell his brother David. David called his mother, but his mother claimed Dale was just trying to scare the children. What a bastard. At this time, the air conditioning units and TV sets began to mysteriously malfunction, and the dogs began to whimper and cry, but they didn't really bark like they were scared or something. Miss Wood felt like heard. Huh?
James can't hear anything.
Oh, he can't hear anything?
He messaged me and he can't hear anything.
Oh, what the fuck happened?
I don't know.
Oh, he messaged me too. Can't hear you now.
Dude, hit mute.
Let's ask him. Did you hit mute?
I mean, that seemed like an asshole. Tell him that happens a lot. Cause
Well, that happened to me the one time, remember?
oh yeah, well, we do it a lot more than we think.
You think we were professional with this?
I do.
I'm messaging him. Let's see if he sees it.
Hear me now?
Bum.
Hello?
You here?
Oh,
Oh yeah, we're back in action. Technical difficulty.
all right.
Oh,
Sorry
that's
about
all
that.
right. It happens. So I know
Yeah.
you. What was the last thing you heard me say?
I believe you were talking, I don't know, about the Uinta Basin. You mentioned uh
Oh, so okay.
after, yeah. But it's okay. Just continue where you're at.
Okay. Well, I was just discussing the first witness, the Dale Wood, 13-year-old student, saw a UFO. That's where I'm at now.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah,
I
man,
just
that
said,
place is a hotbed of sightings, of activity, of like weird invisible forces, electromagnetic fields, reverse magnetism, like all sorts of unexplainable stuff. Like,
Maybe around TVs and
yeah,
everything.
that's actually where I was just about heading with. Because once his mother heard what was happening, she thought they were just being kids. But then air conditioning units, TV sets, they just began to malfunction. And Miss Wood heard that just a sound that didn't sound like it was in the human hearing range. She went outside and also saw a UFO, which departed rapidly to the northeast. And there's also dogs there that were just whimpering and crying. They didn't bark. It was like they're just terrified of something. Uh,
mm,
Dale, the 13-year-old, believed that the craft went to land in a field after hearing horses rapidly fleeing like they were spooked by something. However, he could find no evidence of a landing. Miss Wood soon phoned the Ute Indian Tribe Police to report the sighting, and Officer David Murray, who dispatched to investigate, also said he saw a flying object. The following day, Miss Wood learned that a reporter for the Roosevelt Standard, uh, Tentha Rasmussen, also saw the craft along with her 10-year-old grandson. Soon, Junior Hicks, a science teacher at Roosevelt's West Junior High School, joined the case. Hicks claimed to have investigated over 400 sightings since 1968, mostly in this area and the surrounding area. There were a few more sightings, with the last one being reported from 18-year-old Jimmy Justice about 23 miles southwest of the initial sightings. He
What a
claimed to
fucking
see.
name.
Mhm.
What a fucking name. Jimmy Justice.
Oh, yeah, I fucking love that name too. I think he was like an old school superhero.
Oh, he totally was trying to be.
He claimed to see a dome flying object with bright lights flying in the sky. And I know, so I think this was like the last sighting. I'm referring to more that's like localized sighting of this specific UFO. Um, like we just heard, this is a hotbed of UFO sightings, paranormal sightings, Skinwalker, which he's going to get into more later. Um, Claims about Skinwalker Ranch itself first appeared in a 1996 edition of Deseret News, and in the alternative Las Vegas Mercury as a series of investigative reports by journalist George Knapp. His articles revolved around claims from Terry and Gwen Sherman, who experienced frightening events after they purchased the property they could not explain. The Shermans, along with their teenage son and 10-year-old daughter, claimed to have seen 3 different types of UFOs over the previous 15 months. They claim to have seen a small box-like craft with a white light, a 40-foot long object, and a third ship that was the size of several football fields. They claim to have seen red lights emit from the crafts and apparently videotaped 2 of the sightings. The Sherman also discovered 3 circles of flattened grass. A very common thing you hear about in UFOs, especially back then.
Crop circles.
Yeah, crop circles. Each one was about 8 feet across in a triangular pattern, 30 feet from each other. They also found strange soil impressions in separate fields, each about 3 feet wide and about a foot or two deep. In another instance, Gwen claimed to have followed by a craft in her car on her way home from work. Terry claimed to have heard male voices about 25 feet above him while his dogs were frantic, like they were freaking out. Um, Terry could not make out the language of these voices, just felt like they sounded male.
Because he's schizophrenic.
I don't think so. Because usually when I
oh
first
no.
this, I try and like look see if there's any like mental health concerns. Like when I did What haunting was it? The Sherman haunting? That was in Pittston?
Uh,
Smurl.
Smurl, yes, thank you. One of our early episodes where, I was discussing after the fact how there was some, mental health concerns in the family.
But with this one, that's a good point, but the history goes back so far, to the previous owners, to the owners that own it in modern day, so, like, everyone is collectively having the same experience, so as far as, like, uh, Terry Sherman's mental health or whatever, him and his whole family experienced it, so, like, I'm, skeptical at first, and then I take in the information and kinda make a judgment, and it seems like they're pretty sound individuals. They were just there to, like, raise some cattle, and then all this crazy stuff started happening.
unless
When it
it's
comes to the Native Americans, it's like we don't have that much history. They could have been doing some weird shit we don't
Yeah,
know about.
there is lore on the Skinwalker that, I read into, and it's really weird stuff as far as, how you become a Skinwalker, how they say you become a Skinwalker, and it
Like,
involves sacrificing a family member. You have to kill a family member that you love, and then you do some sort of rituals, and then you can become this shapeshifter type type deal.
no, it's not a werewolf.
Well, that's what they say, that they come in different forms, and the werewolf one is the one that's been seen most commonly here on Skinwalker Ranch. So
Right.
the Sherman saw him, other people, like he mentioned Junior Hicks. There's another person who was interviewed by Junior Hicks, and he was a Ute Indian, and he was hunting rabbits with his cousin or something on the ridge.
Very,
And
very
uh,
quiet.
what's that?
Be very, very quiet.
Yeah, quiet. Well, I bet they wish they did. But a
Like
snowstorm
now,
blew
alien.
in. Snowstorm blew in, so they saw the homestead too, which is like one of the old properties or old homes on the property. It's like run down. So they went and took shelter in there during the blizzard, and they heard noises like coming from like one side, and then they were like, "That's not a rat," and they got their guns and they chased after it. And he says that the footprints they were following were human, and then they changed into what looked like a really big wolf, and then they came up on the thing, both shot at it. It didn't react to the bullets, roared, and ran away. And then, yeah, so, and he's a Native American who lives there, and they they don't seem to want to talk about it much. Like, I mentioned this to Billy, like anytime it's brought up, they kind of just don't talk about it. It's like they know more than they're willing to say. Like
Don't
they're
ask, don't
actually
tell.
exactly like they're very fearful of whatever it is they know.
Yeah, they
So
are, surely terrified.
yeah,
It's
pretty.
like you don't ask
I would be
someone
too,
in
man.
the military about the experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, who would ever do that?
How's your PTSD?
You have any nightmares today? See here. Um, the Shermans, as you were just talking about, raising cattle and whatnot,
Yeah.
they began to discover their cows were disappearing without a trace, and
Yep.
some were being found dead and mutilated. However, there's some skepticism with this, where local records from the sheriff's department shows no calls about cows being taken, cows being killed, anything like that. Um,
Yeah.
the Shermans acknowledged they did not make any police reports. However, they did confide in Hicks, who we were just talking about before.
Yep.
Um,
I've he's confirmed it as well, and I believe he was actually the police tribesman or for the reservation there or whatever. He was actually a tribal policeman. I'm not sure if
he,
that's what you call it.
and I have in my he might have been a police officer at some point, but I've heard that he was a science teacher.
Okay, yeah, I could
He has a
totally
he
be
has a
getting that wrong.
right.
Is the South Park episode based off this? Is all I want to know.
Which one? I don't think I've seen it, but it might have been.
Like very first one where cows start being mutilated and Carver gets a thing shoved up his ass.
I think that's just like all aliens, not
Yeah.
specifically Skinwalker Ranch. Honestly, most of us probably have been anally probed by these aliens.
Or in prison.
They
I have a satellite come out like every Tuesday. It's weird.
How do you think DirecTV got started?
That's true.
Let's see here. Hicks stated that around this time, he received thousands of UFO sightings, but that the number the Shermans reported were unusually high. However, it was not entirely uncommon in the basin. It's estimated that 10% of the population there has seen a UFO.
So the Shermans had the probe.
There's a good
They were
chance.
probed out quite a bit. They had all of their stuff locked up, all of their cabinets, all of their doors. Like we're talking padlocks on padlocks on padlocks and chains. And they said that was because they got visitors at night. So they were like probably actually getting probed, all jokes aside.
Yeah, it was the
I bet
the
he actually
satellite
probably
around.
liked it. He might have liked it.
Maybe.
I mean,
I
that's
think he leaned into it.
another world. If they're coming, yeah,
Hmm.
you feel special.
It's honestly weird to think about, like, what the hell is it?
Science. Um, Specifically on the ranch, there have been close to 100 incidents that have been investigated, including but not limited to the mutilation of cattle, signs of UFOs, large animals with piercing red eyes, like you were just talking about, undamaged by bullets,
Yep.
nearly invisible objects emitting destructive magnetic fields. These reports led to Robert Bigelow, founder of the National Institute Bigelow, the founder of the National Institute for Discovery Science, to purchase the ranch for $200,000 in 1996. And if you're thinking, okay, there's no way like this stuff could be real, has to be a long thing. The federal government even got involved, committing $22 million to investigate UFO sightings at the ranch. We can't even get the government to spend money on healthcare, okay? And they're throwing money at this.
Lots of it,
It's
too.
not long.
And that was just the initial funding that they put into this. They put more money into this. Now part of this was just to make sure there weren't, commies flying over our ranches or anything like that. But then as they began to do their own research, they're like they just what was it 2 or 3 years ago they announced that UFOs are real.
Yep.
They're
Thanks,
flying out.
Todd Wallen.
The Go Fast video or whatever. And
Yeah.
then recently in, what was it, Congress? A congressional hearing? They announced it. David Grush, the whistleblower, I think his name is.
Or something like that, yeah. In 2016, Adamantium Real Estate purchased the ranch for approximately $500,000 and quickly trademarked the term Skinwalker Ranch, which they got approved for in 2020. Because I mean, if you're gonna be haunted, you might as well make a buck off of it. Um, Skinwalker Ranch has appeared in several forms of media, including Joe Rogan, specifically Joe Rogan Questions Everything, Ancient Aliens, and The Secrets of Skinwalker Ranch, which is on the History Channel. And what I've seen so far, which James here had me watch, pretty fucking crazy. It's wild.
Yeah. And you're on season 1. Like, it just gets wilder and wilder as they start figuring more stuff out. And the doctor that I had mentioned to you, his name is Travis Taylor. He jumps on. It might be season 2 or late season 1, but he's like the main one, and he's always trying to. He calls it poke the hornet's nest, and he loves to use rockets. So like they're doing all these experiments, and he always shoots the rockets, and it makes them appear. It makes shit happen. Like it's really crazy stuff. So.
Wait, that's a hornet's nest guy?
Well, that's what he calls it, because when he first came on, he was like a specialist in like rockets and all that. So he's a rocket scientist. So he brought a student out, and they started shooting rockets out, off, and then a bunch of UFOs started appearing in the sky, and like they record. It's a signal. It's a 1.6 gigahertz signal that appears every single time there's a sighting. So like every time something weird happened, this signal appears, or like people start feeling weird and sick, or the animals start like misbehaving. So every time they see something, the signal's there. Every time the signal appears, they know to be looking around, and they don't know where it's coming from, but I surmise that it's got to be coming from the crafts, right? Like if it happens every time they appear in the sky. So it's just, yeah.
Like I was telling you, I spent a lot of time myself having to like with the work I've had to do with RF and radio signals and stuff like that. So I'm pretty
Yeah.
interested to come across that when I get to that part of the show.
Oh yeah, man. It's a lot.
But
You should actually go out and do some studies out there. Take me with you.
all right, let's fucking
Yo, fuck our jobs.
we might come back with a new satellite dish up our ass, but hey.
Honestly, yeah. Oh, that's another effect. They call it the hitchhiker effect, and they say that the ranch reacts to every person differently, and it sometimes will like go home with you, and like you'll be having the same type stuff at home. Hitchhiker effect. So maybe we shouldn't go.
I'll just wait for one day I don't have kids in the house, and then I'll go risk it.
True. Good idea.
But that's all I have for my little write up here. I know you have more here, so you go ahead and add on what you want to add on here.
Okay. I'll just kind of go up to the beginning here. So to add on to the Navajo, it was originally Navajo land, and the Utes and the Navajo lived side by side peacefully sometimes, and eventually it culminated where the Utes took the side of a Civil War army soldier named Kit Carson, and he was supposed to like remove all the Indians from the land, the Navajo being the people that were on this particular land. So they were removed, and then the Utes, it's in their oral written history, that the Navajo cursed the land. And now that's why the skinwalkers are there, and they torment anybody who is in the area, and they totally avoid the area because they say that Skinwalker Ranch area is where the portals are open and where they come into our world and leave, and where the things are happening. So, yeah, and also on top of the ridge, there's ancient native rock art, and it depicts like a swirling portal and a big, looks like a spaceship. You'd have to check it out yourself or pull up the picture of it, but later on when they're doing studies, there are multiple things that happen like at that rock art site, like where the ancient Indians had carved this into the rock. It's like up on top, so it's like a what they believe to be a ritualistic site. Not sure exactly what they did there, but they also knew something was going on in this area, so it's not just like the modern people who owned and lived there. But yeah, originally it was Kenneth and Edith Myers, and they lived there for 60 years. And during their time, they reported all the same type of things, like weird cattle deaths, seeing creatures, lights in the sky, odd stuff. And when they moved on and sold it to Terry and Gwen Sherman in '94, that's when it seemed to like really like pick up in intensity.
Right.
And they are just wanted to raise their cattle, and then the cattle started dying. He started seeing like being tormented by what they were calling aliens at night. People that weren't human would come at night. So he, as I said before, had his whole house locked up, like everything just totally like bolted, locked, chained, so nothing could come in. Like he was petrified of whatever was going on. And yeah, so they ended up selling the farm because they were tortured by it. And before I move on from the Shermans, there's a story that about their cattle that um they were missing like 6 of them, right? So he called the sheriff. Sheriff came out and they're looking all over for these prize cattle. They don't know. And he's like, "Did you look in the shed?" And the guy he called, it might have been the tribal policeman or whatever, and they found all 6 bulls stacked on top of each other in this shed, catatonic. So they're like still alive, but they're like catatonic on top of each other. Like, and how you get 6 2-ton or however much they weigh bulls into a pen or what I'm picturing is like a storage container type deal, like a shed of some sort. And then when they poured water on them, they came back to life and freaked out and like did everything in their power to get out. So like that's just one odd story from
I think
their
these aliens
time.
beef.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what they're doing, but like they won't like kill humans. It's weird. It's almost like they're in cahoots with us. Like
Yeah.
our government is somehow involved with them, and we have I've read that there's a potential agreement where we trade technology and then they're able to do studies on us and keep their anonymity.
At this point, I'll believe it.
Yeah, it's going that way, but I don't even know what to believe anymore, really. Like there's so much misleading information thrown in every direction by every government and every person with an agenda. You know what I mean?
Like the five
So,
one.
yeah. But then after um the Shermans, Robert Bigelow, who was a billionaire investor, bought it, and he, as you said before, is the founder of NIDS, the National Institute of Discovery Science. And he purchased it specifically to study it scientifically, try and get some evidence, right? And what they did there, and in those 20 years, they really haven't put much out. It's all secret, like whatever they figured out. But there's been interviews and people who were there during that time period worked there, and there's stories that came out from them. And some of them involve them seeing portals open up where it looked like a distortion, and you look through, and it looked like a whole different landscape, like within the night sky where they were at. And this was at Homestead too, the same place where the guy had what was his name, Junior Hicks, the story with that I just told you about, the rabbit hunters. Yeah, same place. That seems like a very hot spot on the ranch, Homestead too. So yeah, after Bigelow, Brandon Fugel purchased it, and that's who you mentioned. And he stated that he hasn't put a single penny in his pocket from the show. When like responding to critics saying that he's doing it for profit, he stands on the ground that he hasn't made any money from it, which I don't know if I believe.
I mean,
But
whether he is or not, there's
I don't know.
that history.
Yeah, it just goes back so far. So I just don't think that you can discredit it based on,
You
that
could
little
definitely
fact.
believe because of the show.
Yeah. But I was thinking if they really found something like breakthrough, do you think that they would like actually show us
Oh no,
on the History Channel?
the government's gonna go in there and be
Yeah,
like, okay, listen, you discovered this.
you
Shut up.
can only show this.
Here's what you can show. We're
Yeah,
taking this information.
yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, I believe it.
I'm patiently waiting for season 4. It's supposed to come out in April because um, it's getting good, man. Like, I don't want to spoil anything on you, but once you get to like season 3, 4, it's pretty
Wow.
intense. Yeah, they start really like focusing in on stuff and doing a variety, an array of tests, and that gets me into a scientific test that they do. Rockets. tons and tons of rockets they're shooting. And they were doing they have an area they call the triangle, which is another point of high strangeness where like a lot of things are happening. They're getting a lot of readings, seeing a lot of stuff, and there's an anomaly that seems to be in the air, invisible, about 20 to 200 feet up. So they brought out flamethrowers, they brought out the rockets, and then high-speed cameras, and they're shooting the flames to see like if the flames move away from this invisible object they think's there in the rocket. And when they shoot the rockets, it veers off at the same point every single time. And one rocket actually blew up right at this point. And the rocket experts say that like never happened in thousands of launches. So they're like you could see on the high speed camera like how it like veers to the left when it hits this point. So like what it is still up for debate, but it's definitely a weird little energy vortex or in that spot. So yeah, other scientific stuff they use is spectrum analyzers, and they're looking for like the gigahertz signal at 1.6 that shows up. Electromagnetic frequency meters. What else? The high-speed cameras. They've balloons, drilling. They specifically put livestock out to use as biosensors, and they got a one that I think is definitely worth mentioning. They had a cow started acting weird and isolated and then died. And then they noticed it and checked the cameras, went over to it, and it was radioactive all around where this cow had just died. And they checked the cameras, and right above the cow, a UFO appears in like 2 frames of the high-speed camera. So like that appears, the cow dies, it's radioactive around it on the ground, and the cow itself is radioactive. So like I think with all that evidence, like something is there that killed the cow, and they caught it on camera. So just crazy. Like what are they doing? You wonder, you know?
That's insane.
Yeah. Yeah. So livestock is biosensors, radio frequency scanners. They use lasers for the same type of experiment like I told you guys about before, where they're aiming it at certain areas, and they saw lasers split. Um, GPR, ground penetrating radar, as well, and they found a huge in the mesa. They call it the mesa. It's just the big, uh, kind of exactly what you would think, like rock face. And they found a big blimp-like object, and it's metallic and like 200 feet long. And I don't know exactly how far down it is, but they located it on the GPR, and they know it's there, and it's like they don't know what it is. So they drilled down onto it and ended up getting like chunks of metal, like little flecks of metal out of this borehole that they did. And they took the metal, and the astrophysicist Travis Taylor, they got it looked at by a metallurgy, or I don't even know how to pronounce that. Metallurgy. 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 I think it's metallurgy.
How?
Yeah. But it was like a layered metal. It wasn't just one type of metal that occurs naturally. It was layered. And it was a thin substrate of iron, aluminum, magnesium alloy with a coating of tellurium on the outside and a coating of europium on the smooth side. And those two are two of the rarest metals in the world, and they're used in quantum computing and on spaceships re-entering Earth's atmosphere to take the heat. So why is that in the ground on this ranch?
Yeah, that's
Can't.
Pretty thought-provoking, huh?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, like, at the end, I wanna hear theories, like, what you think about all that, like, everything together. It's just a
Yeah, it's a
lot.
lot of, like, anomalies, like, I'm interested to see, like, what else would pop up, like, at a 1.6 gig on a spectrum analyzer.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
think once you see that, you can narrow a lot of things down to, like, just to what's known.
right. I believe Travis Taylor, the astrophysicist guy, said that 1.6 is used in space communications only, at, like, from Earth to space, and that's what, the 1.6 is, like, relevant, but why it appears is they don't know. They're not sure, and
There's another one.
how it appears. Uh-oh, heck yeah. I'm gonna
Oh
pop a
my
Coke
goodness,
for you.
yeah, Skinwalkers.
I just for me, it's like everybody who provides this evidence seem like the people who are talking about it are so crazy. Yet, how else can you describe this without people having some kind of concrete proof? And then you're trying to fight your knowledge and your truth against what the government is spinning out there. And it's kind of hard for people because it's everybody knows what, you see, what you believe. It's hard with this day and age because with AI and computers to make anything look like anything, you never know what's real from what's fake.
I
But
fucking hate it.
these are findings that are happening 50, 60, 100 years ago, and it's hard to make that up when we didn't have the technology.
Right. Very, very good point.
Yeah. What I'd be interested in is seeing what, like, the counterpoints are to all this. Like, why will people say none of this is real, or what their answers to some of these things would be? I'm just curious, like, what they would say.
The one thing I read, and I read it during doing the research, and it was in reference to, like, the activity increasing, like, exponentially when Terry Sherman moved there. And they say that he made up the story to in order to sell the ranch, is what the one that I'm familiar with. They say that
Yeah.
Terry made it up on the story as, like, fantastical to be able to sell the ranch. So
Hang on.
Yeah, but if other people are
but
having the same
yeah,
experiences, if not
it goes
worse.
back to the native inhabitants and the past owners. It's not just them.
Yeah.
But the ranch reacts differently to different people. And Terry, if you, like, are familiar with him, you'll see him on the show if you continue watching. He seems kind of like an old school, like, gruff, like, rough and tumble. Like, maybe they just didn't fuck with him. Like, maybe they didn't like him. They
I
wanted their old couple, the old couple they liked.
I also have a very firm belief that you don't fuck with native grounds.
Mhm.
Nope.
We've learned through we did the history of Sharp Mountain. You see things that like the Amityville Horror House. You don't fuck with native ground. And a lot of make you if it's especially if it's spirited, if curse the lands, it's those things that where you either have to believe in the paranormal, one way or another, for people to understand what exactly is going on. You may seem like you're on some kind of drug, or maybe there's some carbon monoxide leak in your house that you're hallucinating, or maybe it's just the spiritual hauntings of some kind of native curse that, or could it be some extraterrestrial from another
See,
planet?
I am leaning toward that. What if the natives, like, are tight with the ETs, or we are somehow like them, you know? We don't know.
very hard for me to go the carbon monoxide route when there's over 500 acres of land.
Yeah.
True.
Well, I'm
And
just saying people can make up scenarios all they want.
I don't
Right.
believe anyone who can live in Utah is not an alien. So
Oh.
Mormons.
You know what I kind of believe, and it makes the most sense. Like
Really?
the skinwalkers are like the aliens disguise per se, and it goes hand in hand with Bigfoots. I think that Bigfoots are somehow involved with the ETs. It's like they're disguised to be physically on the earth out of their ship, maybe. Because another thing with Skinwalker and Bigfoots, it's orbs. They see these orbs. Like people will see orbs and then they'll see the Bigfoots or vice versa, and they see all these orbs here and then they see the wolf creature. So is this a different disguise? Are the natives who call it a skinwalker, is that the same thing as our Bigfoot? And maybe it's just regional, like I don't know. But it kind of makes sense a little bit.
Well,
I
it's
One
wanted to
theory.
know.
Yeah, I kind of really think they are at this point. Definitely there's too much evidence to look the opposite direction for me.
Well, evidence out there. I mean, all the
There's
time we're
too much.
receiving new radio waves from space, different things. We know there's other planets out there, not even just planets, but moons that can support life, that has water, that has the basic
it's not too far fetched.
no, they have the basic things to support life. And we even have our own planet when you go so deep in the ocean where life just adapted to not having sunlight, not having basic components needed.
I also think it's another you have to think of it this way to where if we do prove there's life out there somewhere else, we have so many countries that are going to war with us and that live on our own planet. Can you imagine somebody building some kind of satellite to summons something extraterrestrial to annihilate some
Well,
else?
No.
ET Gaza. That's
Yeah, like,
controversial.
"Hey, here's the coordinates of the location. Take your laser beams from outer space and just
AET,
completely."
Putin said you're fat.
Yeah, like
Someone's gonna tell the aliens to fucking go back to their planet one day, and we're all gonna get we're blown up, and it'll be a whole thing.
yeah, T-Rex probably fucking just did that and all the dinosaurs were annihilated. Um, but, like,
Exactly.
you just don't know, or is it the fact that people try to keep it under wraps to not keep people from freaking out, or is it the fact that you don't want people taking the technology that we have these days, and all it takes is one evil, smart person to build something, go to space, or do something? Because we have us, and then we're in competition with Russia, and then they're in competition with China, and it's all
China.
who's going to do it first? Who's gonna try to make life and try to communicate with somebody outside to use it for evil instead of trying to understand who they are?
That's true. That is a huge responsibility, and we don't know who is doing that on our behalf right now, if it's
But that's
occurring at all.
Oh, really?
the thing is it
Scary.
something that where the government or multiple governments all across the world know that these people, these creatures are real. They don't wanna freak out the public because
I believe so.
it's more so what you don't know won't hurt you. I mean, we don't even know what's in the fucking ocean, and nothing on planet, and that's scary enough. You don't wanna think what's out in space.
They light up
Opens
and
a
shit.
perfect hiding place.
I still believe
Octopi are fucking aliens.
was
I'm
about to say
saying
the
that it's
octopi are
not.
aliens.
I'd rather be stuck in
Have
space.
any DNA, I think. Or their DNA doesn't match anything else. It's like alien DNA. Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about? Yeah, it's some kind of weird
they
shit like
gotta
that.
be an alien. Them and squids, because squids fucking smart too.
For no reason, but boy, are they tasty.
Imagine getting like swimming and then just having a fucking squid just attached to your face and drag you.
Yo,
Or
stay
even worse, your
My
dick
face hugger.
just came up
Oh,
and grabbed you by the dick.
the old
Grab his dick and twist it.
No one needed dick.
Not my
hard.
dick.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
They're channeling in and listening to us laughing.
Teach them.
Oh, those stoners. They think they know,
Listen,
but
I have a theory that there comes a day where the octopi, the crows, and the chimpanzees figure out how to communicate. We're fucked.
Don't forget the dolphins. Dolphins gotta be on it.
Yeah,
They're pretty smart too.
no, we
they're
fucked up.
already up to something.
Probably
See,
killed their leader. Harambe's getting
I
his
don't think
revenge.
he wasn't a chimp, okay?
No, but
I don't think the octopi would align with the dolphins because dolphins are sexual predators.
Yeah, but they're smart as shit.
That
Octopi
South Park.
They'll rape you. What fucking smart about it?
and they can go in tiny places.
They
How
don't
do you-
leave DNA evidence.
That's insane to think. We just glitched the matrix here.
Who's gonna suspect Snowflake? No one.
He wasn't kidnapped. He went on his own accord.
Flipper was so innocent.
Laces out?
You really freed that Willie.
Donna.
Who
Donna.
is it?
Tuba wasn't throwing up gang signs. He was sending signals to home. He said, "One more season, we can do this."
Aliens are real. I don't care.
100%
Yeah,
care
I'm
about
with
it.
you. I'm with you.
I mean,
I
think
think
about
that
accounts you didn't think existed until we found.
My dad.
Well, now that you know he's real,
Yay.
he existed.
He's just been Santa Claus this whole time.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't even come once a year. He just came once, and your mom.
I was
Well,
gonna say it.
he did visit at one point, okay? I don't have memory of this because I was one.
What, passing into the afterlife?
There's been 2 times he came to visit.
He didn't say much the second time.
Listen, it's not my fault he went and became a skinwalker.
No, for real, skinwalkers, they literally scare the shit out of me because I honestly believe that they exist. There's no way that you can see something running in the woods and all of a sudden has feet like normal fucking human footprints. Every day scares the shit out of me. I see these videos. People are just randomly knocking on people's doors and just they look like meth heads. They're talking in circles. Dude, that shit fucks me up.
You didn't poop yourself.
hmm
Oh, no, they
Are you
He's a-
telling me the meth heads are fucking skinwalkers? Because
They
that's
could be.
terrifying.
Well,
Yeah,
that was
dude.
in Florida, not in Utah.
dude, I'm telling you.
I'm fucked. I live in Ashland. You guys are safer than me.
Dude, I stop at that Turkey Hill every fucking morning. Don't
Oh,
put
son
that
of a
on me.
bitch, dude.
Dude, it's bad. It's like
You
Transformers on the
need to get some garlic. Keep it on you.
meth heads. Roll out.
Garlic. Well, it works for vampires, it works for skinwalkers.
Yeah, tweakers too.
I thought to take away tweakers, you just get like some like cork boots. Ooh, hard
No,
labor.
they actually they like working. I think.
Yeah, no, that meth
Yeah.
is amazing.
Well, you gotta like for me, like you gotta think. Men in Black came out what 90s, early
It was like
2000s.
96 or so.
Yeah, late 90s, early 2000s, and they perceived that aliens were posing as normal day to day humans,
hmm
and they
100%.
were detected.
There's definitely some truth to Men in Black because you see that like as a common theme. Like after things happen, these men in suits show up and they question people and like intimidate and do whatever. And yeah, so I think a lot of these movies we see are based on like some like thread of truth, a
And
little
then you
bit at least.
and then you'll see all the conspiracy theories about vaccines are being put into your body and they're tracking devices or they start to slowly warp your DNA. And it sounds silly, but is it beyond the realm of actuality. Like, what if these people are they pose as practitioners and they're from outer space and they're more intelligent than we are and they can fool us and they're slowly warping people's brains. What if they made COVID?
I'll really blow your mind right now.
Yeah.
Prostate exam.
Ready, ready for me to blow your mind?
Yeah.
Blow
How
it.
you
Let's
think
go.
I'm crazy?
I don't I know I'm
Ah,
crazy.
not me like hallucinating all of this.
Like, how do I know I'm not hallucinating right now?
Yeah.
Someone has a very, very, very wicked sense of humor if they think everything that goes on in my brain is anything but. Because,
You just I'm just hearing about right now.
yeah, what if we're just puppets on strings?
So I forget which philosopher said it was like Plato, I think, was like you cannot prove anything is real because you never know when you're crazy.
We're all horrors. Some of us just get paid.
Where someone's movie. It is like that
Yeah,
one episode of South Park where they found Earth was just TV for Earth for the galaxy.
Yeah.
It probably really is.
We're just
It's
going,
honestly
Kids
one
can
thing that
believe
makes
it.
me one thing makes me think that we are kind of like their pets or like their project or something is how they react and show up to like nuclear activity, like nuclear bomb sites, places where we have warheads, wars going on. The nuclear disaster in Russia, what was it? Chernobyl? They
Chernobyl, yeah.
Yeah.
Chernobyl, they said that they saw UFOs that appeared and they had tested the radiation before and then they saw these appear and they were like beaming down on the reactor and they tested again and the radiation had like cut in half. And then there's other ones in the US where they appear at our military bases and they activate all of the warheads somehow. Like where you need 10 different codes and the president to like they bypass all this, activate them or disarm them totally and then disappear like nothing happened. So it's like they're showing up and like it's like they're monitoring us and they don't want us to destroy each other or the planet with nukes. So they've got some kind of like stock in it, you know? It seems like.
Or a TV program.
Yeah, something like that. Like very, very well could be like some kind of reality TV program.
there was this mobile game years ago where you're basically a scientist and you have to make something that causes a global pandemic. And before
Right.
the world completely annihilated, you have to find the cure. So basically, you were just playing God with everybody.
Play I play it all the time.
Oh, I used to love
Plague,
that game.
right? It was ridiculous, right? Like you would just cause something that would just spread things. You'd put them on planes and just have them travel everywhere,
Yeah.
and then all of a
Fuck
sudden it got out of
I
hand.
still play it.
Yeah. I
What's it
used
called?
Plague Inc. It's awesome.
Plague.
Plague.
Plague Inc. Okay. I'll have to try it out. I'm gonna
Yeah,
spread
you
some
start
viruses.
the season and like find ways to spread it. It's fucking sick.
Yeah, it's
It's
amazing.
it's
Literally
pretty.
sick.
It's a game of pretty much on how COVID started.
You can like upgrade your thing.
You
You
could
know
It's like
what?
the goal is to like keep yourself like low key and detective for as long as possible, and then just become a fucking menace.
and then you have to come up with a cure before the end of.
You don't be a cure in this.
Isn't there
You know
one where
what's scary about COVID?
you have to be like
You have to,
annihilate the world
before they make a cure.
before they
Oh,
make
this
it?
was before COVID, but you can name it COVID. No one's gonna stop you.
Well, because I used to play this in high school all the time.
This was way before COVID.
Oh, this version came out in 2012, but I was playing it some other game like this before that.
Yeah,
But the
there's
fact
another
that
one.
someone came out with a game to do that. I mean, it's just what if we're just somebody's game?
We're in a simulation.
That's what I'm saying. What if we're Sims? Just
That's why I'm on a schedule.
the episode of Futurama.
Next time you get mad at me, I'm gonna say I was programmed to do that.
I'm quitting my job. Fuck this.
Like that episode of Futurama where they're a simulation inside of a simulation inside of a simulation,
Oh yeah, a new season.
Oh, I go with a full
and they're
day.
watching themselves inside a different simulation, and it's kind of like how like on Men in Black where they're like a whole universe and they close the clocker and It's another universe. It's just how do you
Mental
know?
disorders, glitches in your system.
Well, then I got a lot of glitches in my system.
Me too. I think it's
But,
normal.
what else is there?
What is all we have today for the Skinwalker Ranch?
Believe so. Yeah. Yes, sir. Pretty much covered it.
All right. Well, we're actually going to just make this a whole Skinwalker episode.
Do a 2-part episode. Just kind of.
Yeah, we'll cover the rest of the stuff we're gonna do today another time. I can go have a 2-hour episode. That was actually really, really nice, really cool though.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on. I feel truly blessed. It was a lot of fun. I love all the content you guys make and
Oh,
yeah,
appreciate
I
it.
feel
Oh yeah, we
it was
definitely appreciate.
awesome to be able to join and chat it up with you guys.
We're definitely
Yeah.
getting probed in our sleep.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you
no
can
doubt about it.
We're
definitely
all alien. We're fucked.
We're not gonna remember recording this episode.
You gotta the key is to leave like a little note in your butthole, like before you go to sleep, like, hey, I'm
Well, I did
chill,
that all. I get a
like a peace
balloon.
offering. Yeah,
Yeah,
something. Like
I
a
get a
joint.
nice little
Leave a joint
balloon.
in there for him. I love it.
I'm gonna leave one in my notes like, if you reach this, we're here to talk to you about your car's extended warranty. And then another one, flip to the other side is, you are eligible for an AARP card. Please contact us now. If we can get your free tote upon signing up.
I'm waiting for my cars.
Remember, there's no age that you have to be to get AARP.
Yeah, but that's on board there now.
I mean, just talk about all your elements. They'll probably give you the whole 9 yard. Just tell them that you believe in the aliens and that just talk about this episode and you'll get a free stay at a mental institution, a non-asylum asylum.
Vacation.
Oh, it's like a vacate. Yeah, it's a 72. It's a fucking weekend vacation.
So instead of planning an Airbnb, so should we all make the same story up and they just throw us in a place together for free and they give us free medication?
How much hell do you think?
No, not that
Free
already.
food, free bed.
Yeah, but we can meet at that lunch and take all of our pills together.
Yeah, they're
like-
still gonna separate you.
Yeah, because they don't want us to conspire.
Yeah, I
Y'all
think
can be each
Airbnb
other's
might
bro.
be lit.
Airbnb might be better. They got a Ouija board for aliens.
We're not going that route.
They say you can like communicate with them just by thinking that's how they communicate. And there's
Look,
actually
we're starting
people
to
that
pull-
gather and think and try and draw them in, like in the desert. So we could do that. Go to the desert. We just got to sit, hold hands, and then think real hard, like, come probe us, come probe us.
Let's take some ayahuasca.
We can
Yeah.
work it into
Yep.
the cult. It's fine.
Yeah, we can make it our commune.
Alien cult.
Tax deductions. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go figure out how to make a church for these aliens.
I'm in.
Yeah, no, I'm totally backing this. We need something to believe in.
Beam me up. I really hope they got weed there, tequila.
I imagine they have some of these things. Yeah.
Because I'll be really pissed if I.
Basically, gotta be dope.
Yeah, I'm not going if they don't. My glaucoma will be.
You guys
Fire it
get
up.
weed, send me back to Earth.
I be cooperative. Listen, bro, I can talk. I'll make you. You'll make freaking. They'll pay the United States or in the world. They're like, listen, how much alien dollars do you need to take this woman back? She's going through withdrawal. She's cranky. She's moody. She's talking about edibles. We're just not with it.
And I do this for free.
These brownies don't taste like hash. Send it back.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up before we get a little more special, before the aliens start catching on to us.
Yeah, we're getting a little.
Plot twist. We are the aliens.
Oh my, could you
Oh,
fucking
fuck.
imagine?
Don't give me. Don't. Don't red pill me.
And we don't even
Mhm.
know it.
Go to bed on that thought. You are one, Billy.
E.T.
One of us. One of us.
Story for a different time. I had a girl tell me I was an alien once, and she totally understood
I was born in the
Oh.
United States, sir.
it.
All right.
He
Well,
got it.
James, we appreciate you coming on here, bringing all this information to us. Really, really
Thank you.
fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks again for having me, guys.
Oh,
Amazing
thank you.
time.
Of course.
You guys are the best.
Want to be part of this outro?
Yeah, what do I do?
Oh, you know what we say at the end.
You know what we say at the end.
You listen to us.
I do, but I don't remember. I'm too baked right now.
Well,
Just-
I forget it.
all right.
Goes to crap.
Just
Follow our
See?
follow the lead.
Okay,
Okay.
go ahead. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna say something, then these two are gonna say something, and you'll know exactly what to say. For
No, we
everyone
won't.
listening right
Go
now,
on.
we we thank you all for listening. Thank you for joining us. We will see you next time. Until then, full fucking send it.
Full fucking
Oh,
sense.
fucking send it.
Full fucking send it.
We did it.
Whoop whoop.